We're going to talk about the dual drum sander again today. Today we're going to be talking about more of the maintenance and the things you should be doing with it and the things you should be looking for to keep it operating properly. Again, make sure you make yourself aware of the sign and the different requirements there for the size of the wood, the types of wood, whether it's painted, non-painted, glued up, not glued up. Follow everything you find on all the different pieces of equipment. Make sure when your piece of wood is small or thin, under 1/4 inch. Make sure we're using a backer board. It's the sandpaper board on here. Some of them have a heel for the stop that just barely sticks up. But anyhow, this is what a backer board would look like with your piece of material on there. All right, so we're going to show you some different things with this sander today. And first of all, with everything off, it just so happens I come in today, and as you can see, the back drum is just loaded with material. And this material is really embedded in there right now. It's not even where it would cut wood anymore. Now, a lot of times we can save these belts just by cleaning them. Everybody understands the cleaning and using the erasers in the shop. This is not an eraser that you would use in the shop for this piece of equipment. It'll definitely take it out of your hands, trim your fingernails, and I don't think you want any of that. So we want to make sure we're using a decent sized piece of eraser when we want to clean this. Problem is, it's got to be on to clean it. You know, you can't spin it fast enough doing things like this, trying to clean it. It just won't work. You see the marks it leaves, but it just won't clean it. So to do that, we make sure no one's around us or in the way. If you're not confident doing this or you don't understand how to do this, you should ask somebody, get some help. We have a lot of mentoring type people that are running around here that seem to know a lot about the different pieces of equipment. So let's tap into their knowledge and use it if you need to. Just don't start on your own if you've never done it. Get someone to help you the first, second time, third time, whatever it takes, where you start to feel comfortable with how you're cleaning. Okay, so we have nothing in the machine. When we first start it up, we don't start it up with it open. We start it up with it closed in case if anything's loose, the belt's out of the clip or whatever, it comes flapping up, you'll hear it hitting the lid and you won't have that coming out at you. So we get everything ready, power's on. Make sure you turn the conveyor off, because if you're in there and you're leaning or you put your hand down, you know, you don't want that pulling on you, getting you out of balance. So keep everything away, start the machine, everything is running. We don't hear any noise in there, we don't hear any belt slap or anything like that. So then we open up the top. From here we're looking at, we start on the front one and then we go to the back. So this is pretty simple. Don't push it down hard. Don't push it down in between. Don't push it down through the back. I like to go right across the top where I can actually almost rest the eraser right here. See? And it just takes it. And then just get right here. Slowly moving down the belt, taking our time. Going down right close to the hair starting to rattle when you get close to the end because that's the belt and the clip. Now, you can see how much cleaner that front belt is already. Okay, didn't take that much. A little bit of eraser and we're good to go. Go into the back roller. Again, make sure you're comfortable, how you're standing, you're in good balance. Don't reach out over the top, don't stick it down in the middle. Put it to the top of the roller. You can see it chasing behind, you can see all the dirt coming out and all the product that's in there from the wood. You can see some score marks as we get in here where someone kept running it when the stuff was built up. And then it starts to just plug it up and you can't get it out. Here we are. I'm just taking my time, not in a hurry. I'm not pushing down too hard. Just letting it work. Working on these score marks a little bit. Okay. Now you see we kind of waited a little too long to get this in here. So we have that little bit of score marks. It's starting to build up. I'm going to try cleaning it one more time. Here we go. Just working on those spots a little bit. the eraser. Now you can see why we wouldn't want to use something this small trying to get in your hands way too close. We have plenty of erasers that have some size to them that can be used in there. And remember, we should use this frequently to clean these belts up, trying to save the belts. Everybody knows about the red tape that's on each end. At each end where there's red tape, there's also a clip in the top. So that clip is on a spring load on this end. So they lock this one in place, roll the paper on, and this one's spring loaded at the other end. Okay, so now when you want to look the belt over and make sure everything is right, make sure it's not overlapping. Like if you get something loose and you can almost get it to overlap, we'd want to tighten that up where you'd let the monitor know if you don't know how to do that, and they would come in. Now this one, I just took all the slack out of it, and I'll push the clip and lock it down in there. Now it's locked in better. So anyhow, things that you don't know how to do, don't do. If you want to learn about them, ask about them. Someone's around to help you. You can see how much better this back roller looks from when we started today. Now, in the meeting the other day, I talked about different kinds of wood and how quickly it would plug up the belts. So I'm going to run through a couple pieces through here, and just to show you. Now I'm putting this on a backer board, and I'm just going to get it close. You know, when you come up with a new piece of wood and you're getting ready to do a new setup, you don't want to start getting it very tight here. You want to start loose where it maybe just barely touches and gets it going. So I'll leave that open because we're going to open back up and look at it in a second. Wait till it comes up to speed. A lot of people want to start this speed running before these are up to speed, and then they want to run it. Look how fast they got that going. That's not meant to eat wood that quickly. Keep it turned down every time. So you can hear it touching, and I wasn't all the way up. So we made one pass with the Paduk. Look at the belts. See, that's how quickly some of these woods will pack it up really quick. So I made a pass with that. I know this wood leaves a lot of material. I'd probably make 2 passes or 4 passes depending on the size of it and work my way up and down the belt. But then when I'm done, I'm gonna start this. Beads off. I'm gonna come in here and just see how nicely it cleans up? There we are. We're ready to go again. But you have to give it a chance. You gotta let it catch up when you start it. Clean the rollers often. You seen that was one pass and it wasn't a full. There were different spots. I didn't cut it quite even, but it's close. And you seen how quickly that started to plug up. Okay, different style wood. Spot. There we go. Just remember not to go too fast when you're running it through. Build up heat if you go too fast. Made a nice clean cut. See how it did in here. See the gray? See? So I could make now 4 or 5 passes in the same spot, but then I'd have to clean it. So with something like this, I go pass, 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 pass. So you're going down the belt. So you can get 6, 7 passes in. If you want to use, don't always use the same part of the belt. We have a mark that always shows up right here, right above the R. It's guaranteed it'll be part of the belt plugged up. So make sure you're moving up and down the belt. If you did here, then here, then here, work your way down the belt. So you've seen two styles of wood already that you see it left tracks, okay? There's another style of wood. This is a cambia. It's a baked maple. And again, if you look down there, it's hard to see. That's not taking a full cut. I'm not up all the way to the guard. This is making a little bit of dust because I'm not trying to talk over the dust system, so I don't have it on right now. And I want you to be able to see the belts. Okay, made a nice cut on that. Look at the belts. So some of the wood will give you a problem, and you gotta watch. You gotta recognize what your wood's doing to the belts. You can see how quickly they start to get messed up. But we're gonna start this one. Okay. So if you make a few passes, like I said, and then you just start over, then you just come in and clean it real quick. And of course, they'll stay a little bit cleaner when the dust system's on too. Right now, we'll have it off. Okay. So, where we started today, remember when we started out, this was pretty much coated. It's left some score lines in it. But when we run the material through, it's nice and through it. It's not leaving any marks in the material. So, just because you're using some of these exotic woods that aren't the norm, they all work, they all look good, they all look nice when they're done. But you have to take your time, and these woods that leave a lot of residue, don't feed them too fast. Feed them a little bit slower so that it's got time to work. And like I say, when the dust system's running, it will pick up a lot more of that. But for this training we're doing here today, we wanted to make sure you see everything. You see how easy it is to clean the rollers. It's not hard to do. Remember, when you're adjusting this, when we say a 16th of a turn, a 16th of a turn. You'll hear people, they'll watch people move it like that, they're like here, and then they go, let's go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. They make a move like that. Then all of a sudden you hear this thing screeching. The belts will always let you know when you went too far, and they'll make a lot of noise. And of course, everybody will be looking at you. You don't want to be that person either. So just remember, just a little bit at a time. When you first get into setup, you want to get something done, make sure you see how that's hitting too tight. You want to get this past that guard. Right, there you go, right there. There's a little guard on the inside right there. It's just another bar that hangs down that you just want to make sure you just get to hear it. I don't know if you can hear it popping. Okay. It just grabs and holds it in place and starts to feed rollers. So you just want to get in. Again, stay inside the red tape so that you're not out by the clips where you're going to pop the belt out. People get out there and they get working. Out here close to these edges, you see inside the clip is right here. The clip would be right there. And they want to work out here because they've used up everything else that was good. But it can make the belt come loose, especially on this end. So we want to kind of stay inside that red tape if at all possible. Getting out there where it's not going to cut as well. So, all that being said, if I was running the dust system, would be a lot cleaner. The belts would still be just as dirty, but you wouldn't be able to hear me talk. Somebody probably wish I wasn't talking, but that's all right too. Take your time with it. Ask for help if you have questions. Clean the rollers. It's really important that we get these rollers clean. It's not hard to do. Again, don't use something too small. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, get the fingernail sharpened. Make sure you got a decent sized block of rubber. It's basically an eraser, and it will clean it up really well. Again, don't get down in here. Don't get down in here. Just be right out here, running it across the front. Get your arm up in the air, running across the middle. If something happened to go bad, just step away. Don't reach for that eraser. It'll kick it out. Don't worry, it'll be fine. We can take care of this. But don't be going like this, and go trying to grab it. No, we don't want you to do this. Just run along here. I showed you how to run the top. I'll do it one more time, just so you got it. Good, Bill. You can set on here if you wanted to. I just like to go across here. Nice, slowly looking at it. I stay back away from the machine. And then move forward. And get towards the top again. Not quite the top. And I just ever so slight pressure. And I just run it back and forth. Keep your wrist up. Don't let your wrist go down. Okay? If you're nervous about something like this, ask someone to help you. Talk to the monitor, see what you can do. And we can help you get through that part of the project. So that will work. So, questions, comments, concerns, make sure you let somebody on the board know. Come see me. I'll be glad to talk to you. Whatever it may take. So, be safe, be careful, think about what you're doing, and have a great day. Thank you.